Thank you so much for listening.
Sophie Barker. Sophie Barker. Yeah. Don't forget, you can see Sophie tonight at the White Eagle Saloon. And contact every one of your people on every contact list and tell them to meet you there tonight. The White Eagle tonight. Again, I'm Tom D'Antoni from OregonMusicNews.com, Oregon's only all-genre online music magazine. This is being streamed live right now on Oregon Music News and StumptownBliss.net, where these people, the wonderful people who are producing this. And so I'd like to bring in right now Caramy Music to ask Sophie a couple of questions. You may know Caramy. She's one of us in Portland. She's one of the founders of the Rock and Roll Camp for Girls and has the band Loud Sex.
Moving right on from that. Well, welcome to Portland. Thank you so much for joining us here today. And I hear congratulations are in order for your first nearly completed U.S. solo tour, correct?
I know, it's been absolutely... It is, but this is actually... We're 7/8 of the way through. This is the penultimate gig, so it's really special. It's quite a celebration today as well.
So how many days on the road? Where have you been? How's it been going out there?
Well, we've been... I mean, we spent a few days in New York at the beginning, but it's been a 3-week sort of stint this time, and so we've done nearly 8 shows, and it's been absolutely amazing. Every place is completely different, and every audience is different, but the response has been... It's been magical.
Fantastic. So also, I understand this tour came together kind of a little bit at sort of short notice and with a ton of community support. I was reading on your blog at sophiebarker.com, I believe, that even there was a Kickstarter campaign involved to make it happen. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, well, I was... before Christmas, it started being put together. And I was going to get, because it's a completely independent thing that we're doing, so even the label that we're on in England, it's all very independent, we're all working from the bottom up, and so I was going to try and get some funding from a place in, something in England, but actually then I was told about Kickstarter, which is such a phenomenal scheme, really, and,
yeah, absolutely.
and this day where, you know, if you are independent, you do need... It's not even that... Well, it is support, it is, but I like the fact it's coming from people who really know their music, and so we were really lucky that we managed to get this on the road with all the support of people who genuinely love music. So I thank Kickstarter and all the people who did that. Yeah. And everybody else is supporting this tour.
I think we're very familiar with Kickstarter here in Portland. We have so many independent musicians here in Portland, so your story is completely inspirational. And I was also reading in the fantastic article that's online, OregonMusic.com, by Jessica Black, that you also work as your own business manager. You handle all of your own business. How, we'd like to know, how do you do all of that and still find time to record, to tour, to write? How do you do it?
Well, I mean, I've got a really good independent team around me as well, which is obviously the band and members of the band, and then even the record label that I have. We're all working for all those, all together on those things. But to be honest with you, I haven't really been able to do much music until we came here to America, which is, I could just kind of go, okay, done all the work, now we can come out here. We've also got Richard over there who's put it all together for us on this side.
Nice job, Richard.
Just over there. We've been very lucky that all the people who are part of this have just worked on a level that I don't think any of us imagined, because it's just a completely new thing, and the admin does, you know, sort of bog you down, but the reward of it, which it proves, is that it's incredible what comes back to you. It's almost like you give that to the universe, and the universe will definitely give back to you, which it is certainly doing right now in this time.
Oh, that's beautiful. So I'm going to go out on a limb and assume maybe a few of our watchers might be familiar with your work that you did a while ago on a little album called Simple Things. A couple of songs in the waiting line, Destiny. Maybe you guys have heard a little something about that. So how did that collaboration come together with 07 back in the day? I've always been curious how you got together with those guys.
Again, it was a sort of... I was actually going to say, I was thinking I'm going to be playing some of those songs later on tonight if anybody wants to come along, but it was quite a magical... Again, it's a bit like this, but it's sort of a decade before, where it was literally just all these different artists coming together at a time where it just seemed to work, and we all, you know, it was all, I think in a way it was a bit of a proof for me that if you want to be a working artist and you want to be quite grounded in it, you know, you need to find your way, and sometimes that can take a lot of time to do that. That's why Seagull's taken a long time, because it had to be absolutely right from the producers to the band to everyone around you, so that when you do go off and do your thing in the world, it's completely supported. And with 07, that was a sort of, that was an example back then of how that could happen. And we were really lucky that, you know, with Destiny, that was, and Waiting Line, those songs sort of came to me in a moment, as does most of the way that I write. So it's just a bit of a proof then that if this is what you want, then you've got to wait for that right time.
So were you working on that material? Because your previous solo album was 2005, correct?
Yeah, it
so
is, but that was more of a vignette, because that was more like, I've written so many songs since I was 15, and I've really been trying to find the right people over in a way for 15 years or something, in between being with many other groups, and I think each part of that journey has brought me to the next bit. Like, oh, okay, I like that sound, and how do I bring that in, and how do I do this, and also the journey of all the different songs, because there are so many, and what you want to represent as you in the world. So I think that 07 thing started me on that path of, okay, so I want to kind of, that's sort of the area I want to move forward to, and then bring all the other things in as well.
Well, no, the amazing collaborations that you've done over the years. I'm sure most of your fans know. Maybe some people don't, though. The Egg, Bliss, Groove Armada, one of my favorites. Any other collaborations like that coming up in the future, or are you even looking that far ahead at this point?
I think I've got another thing with The Egg, who, again, are friends of mine, and Groove that, they're all very random, and they all just happened. I think I'm looking forward to doing, I don't know what's going to happen in the future, really, but I'm just looking forward to whatever is going to happen, because it always just takes me to another part that I never really knew about myself, and I'm always open to collaborations. And for the moment, I'm doing this, and I'll do another album, and I'm just going to keep myself sort of open as an artist.
Fantastic. Well, I know that your audience will certainly appreciate that. So once again, tonight at the White Eagle, for anyone out there in Portland, go down to the White Eagle. Now, they've warned you that it's haunted, right? Have you been warned about this? Okay. So it's Cinco de Mayo. There could be ghosts. It's going to be an amazing show. Are you in the band?
Supermoon.
The supermoon. Are you in the band going to drink any margaritas, do you think, tonight?
I think so, definitely.
All right, excellent.
Definitely
Then anything could happen, so be sure and make it to the White Eagle. Thank you, Sophie.
Thank you so much.
Sophie Barker, everybody. This will be, if you're watching this live, this will, or if you're actually here, this will be put up again on stumptownbliss.net and OregonMusicNews.com in the future. Check it out. If you're watching it recorded, geez, it's so complicated. Anyway, the next time we'll do one of these will be for Jamie Leopold on the 19th. Thank you very much for coming. Now go down and buy some CDs and have her sign it. Thanks, everybody.